I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now because what I am about to lay out is not speculation, not a theory, and not a casual read of the headlines. At 7:43 this morning, 3 Republican Senate leaders walked into Mitch McConnell's office for what was supposed to be a routine leadership meeting. 47 minutes later, they walked out, and within 2 hours, Washington was burning with the most consequential internal party revolt we have seen since Watergate. This is not about policy disagreements. This is senior Republicans reaching the conclusion that Donald Trump has become ungovernable, and what triggered it is going to surprise you. If you care about what happens next, subscribe right now and turn on notifications because the next 72 hours will decide whether the Republican Party stays intact or fractures in a way it cannot undo. Here is what nobody is reporting yet, and here is what I have confirmed through 3 separate sources inside the Senate Republican Conference. Early Wednesday morning at 2:17 a.m., Donald Trump places a call to the Senate Majority Leader and demands an immediate vote on what he calls the Emergency Powers Expansion Act. He delivers an ultimatum: pass it by Friday, or he will primary every single one of them. He threatens to campaign against Republicans in their own states. Then at 6:30 a.m., leaked audio begins circulating, a recording of Trump privately saying, "I do not need the Senate. These people work for me." That audio moves through senior Republican circles, and the reaction is not fear. It is fury. By 7:43 a.m., an emergency meeting is convened. McConnell, Thune, Barrasso, and Cornyn are behind closed doors for 47 minutes, and what they decide in that room becomes the most significant challenge to Trump's authority from inside his own party that we have ever seen. To understand why this revolt matters, you have to understand the mechanism Trump has used to control Senate Republicans for the past 8 years. It has not been ideology, it has not been policy, it has been fear, weaponized effectively, fear that can discipline an entire party. Every Republican senator understands the examples. In 2020, Mitt Romney votes to convict Trump in the first impeachment trial, and Trump's response is immediate and brutal. Romney is branded a disgrace, censured by his own state party, isolated and politically damaged. The lesson is clear: defy Trump and you pay. In 2021, Bill Cassidy votes to convict in the second impeachment. He tries to repair the relationship, humiliates himself publicly, votes with Trump again and again, chases approval that never truly comes, and the moment he stops being useful, Trump backs a primary challenger anyway. The message hardens. Loyalty is not protection, it is only a delay. Then in 2023, Kevin McCarthy negotiates a debt ceiling deal. Trump privately disapproves, and within weeks, McCarthy is removed as speaker. The message becomes unmistakable. Trump can destroy anyone at any time for any reason. That is how authoritarian control works. You do not punish everyone, you make examples. After that, fear does the rest. For 8 years, that fear has been absolute. Senators watched careers end, watched colleagues get humiliated, watched the cost of defiance play out in real time, and they kept deciding that obedience was safer than resistance. But Trump failed to account for one thing: fear only works until people understand the threat never stops. That realization arrived this week because 3 factors converged and changed the calculation. First, the electoral math shifted. The 2024 Senate map is brutal for Republicans. There are 23 Republican seats up for election and only 11 Democratic seats, and polling now shows Trump association has become a net negative. Specific data from Montana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania shows Republicans dropping 6 to 8 points when directly tied to Trump. One senator put it plainly to a colleague: "I can defend conservatism. I cannot defend chaos." Second, the Greenland disaster is not just embarrassing, it is dangerous. NATO allies are alarmed, the defense establishment is in revolt, and one retired 4-star admiral summed it up as instability, not strategy. Members of the Senate Armed Services Committee understand what many voters do not. When you threaten military action against allied territory, you are not negotiating. You are destabilizing the international order. Third, the legal pressure is accelerating. Multiple criminal cases are moving faster. Emergency stays are being declined. Trial dates are locking in. And a senior Republican lawyer said privately that the party is looking at nominating someone who could be in federal custody by November. When you combine electoral vulnerability, foreign policy recklessness, and criminal exposure, the cost-benefit analysis changes. Defending Trump stops being uncomfortable and starts looking like political suicide.